Welcome to Scone Baking Beyond. Hi, I'm Kathy, and I enjoy making scones, muffins, cookies, and all sorts of delicious baked goodies. I love ice cream, and growing up, one of my favorite ice creams was, that orange sherbet and vanilla ice cream, the creamsicle in a little cup with that little wooden spoon. So I decided to take those flavors and create a cookie. So today, I'm sharing with you my recipe for Orange Creamsicle Cookies. These yummy cookies are bursting with orange flavor and would make the perfect treat in your kids' school lunches or for an after-school treat. So let's bake. So let's get started. I have a large mixing bowl here, and to that I'm going to add 1/3 cup of room temperature butter, 1/3 cup of shortening, and to give this an extra orange flavor, I have here 1/3 cup of orange yogurt. Get all that in there. This is one of my secret ingredients to making this orange flavor without adding orange extract. And to that, I'm going to add 1½ cups of castor sugar, also known as baker's sugar, a super fine sugar. We're going to put this on medium speed and let this mixture cream together for about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, now that it's nice, light, and fluffy, it's time to add our wet ingredients. I have here 1 whole egg and 1 egg yolk. And to give it a little bit of vanilla flavoring, I'm giving it 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And to ramp up that orange flavor, I'm giving it 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed orange juice. We're going to put this on medium speed until it's just combined. Okay, now that it's nice and creamy and combined, it's time to get our dry ingredients together. So I have here 2½ cups of unbleached flour, and to that I will add 1 cup of whole wheat pastry flour. I do like adding whole wheat flour to my baked goods, but I use whole wheat pastry flour because it's lighter in texture. 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And to give our cookies even more orange flavor, I have here 2 teaspoons of orange zest, and that came from 1 very large orange. We're going to whisk these ingredients together. Okay, now that our dry ingredients are whisked together, we're going to add them very slowly on slow speed into our wet ingredients. Once the dry ingredients get incorporated into the wet ingredients, we're going to put on medium speed for just a few seconds just to make sure it's totally combined. And you will need to scrape down the bowl every once in a while. Okay, now that it's all put together, as you saw, it wasn't very orange. So we want to make these cookies really pop with orange color. So I have here some orange food coloring paste. And we're going to just add about a toothpick at a time because we don't want to add too much at one time. And because you can't detract the color once you get that color in there. So we're just going to do 1 toothpick at a time, put that in there, and then we'll start this up again and get it mixed in and see what it looks like and see if we need to add more. Okay, that's looking really orange now. So it took me about 4 toothpicks of that orange food coloring, and use a food coloring paste or gel. Don't use that over-the-counter liquid stuff because it'll change the consistency of your cookie dough here. So I'm thinking this is looking pretty orange. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put this cookie dough, and there it all is, nice and orange. And we're going to put it in a bowl. I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap, and then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for 2 hours. That 2 hours seemed to be just the right amount of time So when I bake them, I get a really good crinkle. We're going to put this in the refrigerator for 2 hours. It's been 2 hours. I have here a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. My oven has preheated to 375 degrees. So now it's time to get these cookies baking. So I have here a number 40 scooper. It's kind of like an ice cream scooper or cookie scooper. It's number 40. It's about 1.5 tablespoons in size. And I like using a scooper because that way all my cookies are pretty uniform. So we're going to take our dough. We're going to scoop it out. We're going to take that scoop and kind of roll it into a nice ball. And I have here some powdered sugar. I usually start with about 1/2 cup or so of powdered sugar. And take that ball of dough and just put it in there in the powdered sugar. This is where you want to really cover your cookie and really get it covered with the powdered sugar so that when it makes those crinkles, you still have powdered sugar on top. There. And so I'm going to do that with each one of them. I'm going to put, there's 12 that will go onto my baking sheet, and they're about 2 inches apart on here. So I'm going to keep on making some cookies. There we have our first batch. I preheated my oven to 375 degrees. We're going to bake these for 9 to 11 minutes. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, and oh, these smell so good. Your house is going to smell orange while these bake. So what I do anytime I make cookies, and the reason why I use parchment paper, is that I don't want the bottoms of these cookies to cook any more than they have. So what I do is I slide the cookies in the parchment paper right off that baking sheet, and that way the heat of the baking sheet doesn't keep on baking the bottoms of these cookies. So to get the really good crackle, I put the cookie dough in the refrigerator for 2 hours. I tried this recipe without putting the cookie dough in the refrigerator, and the powdered sugar just seemed to get absorbed into the cookie itself while it was baking and didn't make a good crackle. I tried having the cookie dough in the refrigerator for 4 hours, and the cookies just didn't cook up very well. They were way too cold. So 2 hours seemed to be just right. So we're going to let these cookies cool completely, and then it's time to try one. Okay, all of my cookies have baked. This recipe makes between 30 to 36 cookies, depends upon how you scoop them. I actually made 35 today, just one short of 36. So it's time to try one. So here we have some of the cookies, and you can see they're nice and orange. You got that nice white crackle and the powdered sugar on there. Oh, and while they're baking, you can smell the orange in your house while these things are baking. It smells so good. So now it's time to eat one. These are so soft and chewy and bursting with orange flavor and a little hint of vanilla in the background. These will make the perfect snack for school lunches or after school snack, kind of anytime snack or any time of the day, whether you're a kid or an adult. This is a great snack for all ages. If you like this recipe, please give me a thumbs up. And for the complete recipe, go to my website, sconebaking.com. There is a link below. And please subscribe for future videos. I hope this recipe inspires you to bake. Thank you for watching.